I graduated, just thrusted into like the working world as quick as possible.
And you just keep fixating on something that you can't solve.
Not knowing how secure your job is at this point in time is very scary.
Waking up on days just feeling like there were too many problems to tackle. And that was not something that I had ever felt before in my life.
Even with all the stipends that's been being given by the government, you're being told by your parents that it's not enough and that like eventually your savings might run out. Everywhere else is telling you that like, oh yeah, stay calm, like it's a pandemic, you shouldn't be too hard on yourself. But the reality is that there is that pressure that you need to get a job as quick as possible, like get back that stability that has been taken away from you.
Sort of start feeling like you're caged and trapped, and the feeling can often be that there are very little options for you to take and very little control that you have over your own life. There were a couple of days where I had a few breakdowns, and that's when I realized, hey, maybe this is something that needs to be addressed. And I actually went and reached out to a counselor.
I would not be able to like do my work properly, like I would get tired whilst doing my work halfway. So I think that's when I decided, okay, I need to get help.
So when you talk about mental disorder, we're talking about a scenario where the individual is having difficulties functioning. He or she will need some professional help to get back on track. So without that help, right, he cannot snap out of it by himself. Of course, then there will be those who are not to the point of a disorder. So what that signifies is that the brain has not gone into a fixed state. In those circumstances, sometimes they may be able to self-help in order to get their anxiety better.
I think once I was able to spot these things happening, I knew what I had to do. I knew what steps I had to take. It's definitely not easy, even if it's the second time around. But just slowly getting out of bed, brushing your teeth, making yourself a nice meal, like that's the small things you do to really get through the day.
You just feel worried all the time, like it's constantly at the back of your head. Thankfully for me, I have close friends and families who I can just go to them and tell them what I'm feeling or what I'm going through. I usually just take it in, take a deep breath, and just try to put things into perspective. Certain things are just beyond our control, and what we can do is to just move forward.
I think the more I'm open about it, the more I can try to normalize these kind of conversations, and I'd rather that people feel safe approaching me because I would love to help them.
I try to talk about it as much as I can because it's perfectly normal for you to go through this, and I want people to know that they're not alone in this.
Of course, the older generation, they would tell their younger folks to just, snap out of it. And many a times, the younger folks do feel quite frustrated with that approach. Best way to go forward really is to have a very open conversation to try to educate their parents or their seniors in the family.
Mental health is really a lot like physical health. One is being able to be comfortable opening up to someone, but the second is also recognize that, hey, I need help.